If you had to boil Naruto down to one theme, one singular idea, I think it would be something like this. Empathy in the face of hopelessness. The jutsu that beats Zabuza and Obito and Pain isn't one of strength, but talk no jutsu. It's dialogue and understanding. And that's why I love Tsunade. Because she, more than anyone, exemplifies trust. And before we get into it, guys, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel a lot. So, Tsunade starts out as the legendary Sucker, a disillusioned war veteran, and rises to become ninja president, and the trust she puts in Naruto is both heartwarming and incredibly good storytelling. I see a lot of hate for her online. Some of it is because she didn't fight Pain, leading to some people thinking she's weak, which she definitely isn't. And some people find it annoying how she beats up Jiraiya, which, let's be real, Jiraiya usually deserves it. And then there's people who don't like her because of the constant jokes about her chest. Yeah, this one's a fair criticism. But my problem with Tsunade is a little different than all of these. Let's just recap her character real quick. Tsunade was the granddaughter of Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage, and student of the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Along with her teammates Jiraiya and Orochimaru, she formed the legendary Sannin of the Leaf, known for incredible prowess on the battlefield. Her boyfriend Dan wanted to be Hokage, as did her brother Naoki, but after both of them died in combat, she grew disillusioned with the shinobi world. After their deaths, she becomes an alcoholic, gambling addict, until Naruto and Jiraiya convince her to honor Naoki and Dan's dreams by becoming Hokage. She always sticks up for Naruto, and those are her strongest moments in the series, in my opinion. I love Tsunade's trust in her comrades. It's my favorite trait, or maybe third favorite trait, if you know what I'm saying. After strength and passion, obviously, get your head out of the gutter, but there's a problem here. Everything Tsunade does is in service to other people. She doesn't have goals of her own. It's all secondary to someone else. Her boyfriend, Dan, who looks like Hashirama impregnated Mizuki-sensei from episode 1. Or her brother, Naoki, who had the most unintentionally hilarious death in maybe all of anime. But anyway, Dan, Naoki, and Naruto, she's always serving someone else. Even becoming Hokage isn't really her goal, it's Dan's. And even when she's doing super cool shit, like defying the village elders who tell her what to do, or even fighting Madara, it's in defense of Naruto. There's, of course, the added element of her being a woman. Women being weak in Shonen is one problem, and weak, Tsunade is not. She split the ground with her finger, picked up Gamabunta's sword, and is one of the legendary Sannin, one of the most powerful shinobi in the world. She has access to mitotic regeneration, which makes her basically immortal. And she's strong enough to punch through the Susanoo ribcage and forces Madara to acknowledge her strength. But the other problem with female characters is that they don't have depth, or motivations that aren't tied to men, or sometimes even other women. And Tsunade is a flavor of strong woman like Mikasa or Misa Amane, who doesn't really have strong goals or ideals of their own that don't revolve around men. And this is the problem with Tsunade. All her goals are tied to others, specifically men, and she doesn't seem to really want anything for herself, as far as we can tell. Which really sucks, because Tsunade actually does something in the series that she comes up with by herself that has a huge impact on the plot. It's just barely covered. I'm talking about the Second Shinobi World War. The Second War happened about 30 years before the start of the series, and it's the one where the Sannin got their name in their fight against Hanzo. It's also the one that killed Tsunade's boyfriend Dan. Following Dan's death, Tsunade campaigned for a radical change to team building, where every ninja unit would include a medical ninja, which was revolutionary. How strong is putting an amazing healer on every team? Well, think about it this way. Let's say you're fighting a super strong boss, say Giratina in Pokemon Legends Arceus. You get it down to super low health and even defeat it. Your party has taken a ton of damage, you're worn out, but you've done it. You win. Until Giratina fully heals out of nowhere and you have to do it all over again. That's basically what the Leaf was doing in the Second Shinobi World War. Every fighter became more resilient. Every unit became harder to take down. After the Second War, the Leaf overstepped everyone and further cemented its status as one of the most powerful countries in the shinobi world. The practice of having one healer in every cell might have been born from Tsunade wanting fewer deaths on the battlefield, but it definitely improved the Leaf's military strength as well. Unfortunately, we don't actually see her doing any of this. We don't see her campaign for this massive change in team structure, or show her actually affecting battles as a strong healer. We know how insular the Leaf's old guard is with Danzo and the two advisors. It would be cool to see her actually take a stand and start to make a name for herself as Hashirama's granddaughter, not just as a shinobi, but as a leader as well. At first glance, it's a little unbelievable that out of all the people the Leaf could have chosen for 5th Hokage, they went with an alcoholic gambler. We know that strength is not the only condition for Hokage. If it was, Madara would have been Hokage over Tobirama. What matters in addition to strength is leadership and the will of fire. I wish we had seen Tsunade promote medical ninjutsu and turn the tides of the Second War the way we saw Minato turn the tides of the Third. Some people don't like that Tsunade is a healer. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a strong support class instead of a fighter, unless you make all the women healers like Kishimoto did, but that's a different video. I just wish we saw just how impactful medical ninjutsu is on the battlefield a little bit more. Of course, Tsunade does have her other moments. One of my favorites is when she confronts the village elders about her decisions regarding Naruto, and even slams them against the wall. Side note, does anyone actually like these 100-year-old dildos? Why did Tsunade even keep them around? I get that they need to be there to personify the village's distrust of Naruto, but seriously, these guys are more useless than Sakura. Regardless, the point I'm trying to make is that even in her better moments, Tsunade is still ancillary to someone else. She's not an agent of her own desires. Even Sakura has her own desires, to catch up to Naruto and Sasuke, and to get Sasuke to love her. Yeah, those desires are unrealistic and sometimes stupid. Sasuke won't love you, girl, he's part of Ninja ISIS now. But at least they're hers. Meanwhile, if it wasn't for Naruto, Tsunade would just be an alcoholic gambler, traipsing through life. Even when compared to the other Sannin, she's kind of passive. Jiraiya traveled the world to find the way to break the cycle of hatred. Orochimaru is super proactive about his goal, to become immortal and master every jutsu. But Tsunade's just living out her boyfriend's dream. I don't understand why it couldn't have been her dream to be Hokage instead of Dan's or Naoki's. Are women exempt from ambition? Even among the Konoha 11, you're telling me none of the girls want anything more than Sasuke? What if instead of Dan and Naoki wanting to become Hokage, Tsunade wanted to become Hokage, and Dan and Naoki just wanted to support her? And then that would provide another layer of depth for her character when Jiraiya shows up offering her the job. She could think that the position wouldn't mean anything without her loved ones at her side. And then Naruto could help break her out of that disillusionment, and she could take her rightful place. This would probably require some finagling things with the necklace, which I also really like as a plot device and symbol, but I'm sure Kishimoto could make it work. I just think it sucks that none of the women in Naruto show real ambition, and as ninja president, Tsunade is the perfect candidate to actually display some. I really love Tsunade. She's one of my favorite characters in Naruto, but in the greater narrative of the story, where every male character seems to have their own goals and ideals, Tsunade kind of lacks any of her own, and that really sucks. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I make avatar and anime content twice a week, and really put a lot of thought into it, so hop in, enjoy the ride. Let me know in the comments what you think of Tsunade, and yeah, until next time, I guess.